Hey everyone, I know I haven't uploaded another video in a while. I actually haven't really thought of anything to upload. One thing I'd like to say is that as a guild we finally reached Mortarion, which in this case is basically the last epic boss in the lineup. You know, I don't think we're gonna be able to beat him. It'd be awesome if we could, right? But I've only been able to do very little damage, um, 38,000. So it's kind of difficult against this guy. And Grumpy Monkey's our beefy guy. So you know, cheers to him. Donut Master as well. He's pretty cool. Everyone in the guild is awesome. Uh, so today I actually want to talk about the legendary release event, Angels of Death, or LRE. If you can, you guys seen this once. I uploaded the one for the pattern mine. Right now we have this one for Dante, the big guy for the Blood Angels, the last guy in their lineup, and he is their second legendary alongside Mephiston, which we are still missing one final repeat on the event. I believe. I was thinking it was gonna be the next one, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it's gonna go on again. But that's another chance to get that other legendary guy. I think he's still on. Yeah, there we go. I'm at 200. So far I'm at 75 shards for him. I've done 7 missions already for the Angels of Death. They've been quite easy. This one is getting a little bit more complicated because I have less characters that do plasma damage aside from Mataneo and Tudmos from the Necrons. Um, and I have him at bronze 2, I think. So I haven't really played him. Um, so I'm just gonna go through 3 little matches. We'll see the characters, and I'll play what I've been playing because it's working for me right now, and I want to see up to where does that get to where I have to change the lineups to get the other thing. So right now I'm doing full power damage and max 1 hits for the alpha. Then on beta I've been doing, this is just orcs. On beta you can just take the orcs and you can do these two, no power damage and full get stuck in lineup, which this one is only the orc faction. Then in gamma I've been doing the terminator lineups and max for minimum for hits. uh, I went into battle 2. I wasn't able to make it. You guys see my lineup and why that was difficult, aside from a couple missteps. um, so yeah, let's try this one. Let's try alpha. Okay, so if you can see this, these are the only 3 characters that I can use. There are many more characters that are available that can do this. I don't I don't have them. That fill these 2 requirements. I'm not sure if this is an optimum combo. Um, but I could just go full power damage, which would be easy because I'd be taking Angrax, who makes everything easier because he's already legendary rarity and silver 1. Then if I were to take minimum max 1 hit, I have more options like the Psykers actually. But even here, I only have 3 options, and then she's um, Iron 1. Um, then here nothing, and here just borrow. Then I could try to combine. Nope, not here. Okay, here I have more options, which would be working, but later on. Then here nothing, nothing, and then these 2, nothing. So very little combinations here, and Matanel summons, he's bronze 1, he's iron 1, and right now the enemies are also easy, so I should be able to beat this one. I'm not sure about the next one. Haven't been able to see what they got. So let's start this one. Um, Again, if you have better options, you can try to fill up other type of lineups, or you can just do singles. As you saw, if I were to just do single runs, like only one class of whatever they're asking, I'd have a better time advancing through each one. But right now, I want to clear up as many as I can in combo. There, so that keeps decent on damage, because he's the weakest, even though he's not really getting that hurt right now. Look at that. Oh. This is the ability, whatever. And that dies. I could have just moved him to summon the guys, but I didn't. That. Again for the summon. Not that it matters, but yeah. And let's clean up all this. Line, last wave, clear it up. And there we go. So Mataneo, he's my strongest, so even if he were alone, he'd be able to clean everything up by himself. It's not like they'd really be hurting him. Azrael, weaker, but it was basically applying on him as well. And then God's Will, he was tanking fairly well, even though he was just Iron 1. And see here, full power and max 1 hit. Again, Psyker and max 1 hit is also a good combination if you have at least 3. There are many characters that you can. Many Psychers are just have max 1 hit. I've seen that, or that's what I think. Whatever. Let's continue. The very least I know Barrow, that girl, and that other guy, and the Neurotrope do that, but I don't really have too many Psychers. I think I only have those 3. Whichever they were. So now let's do this one with the orcs. So I'm at battle 3 now. They're already bronze 2. So this one again isn't that complicated because I do have all the orcs and they are all at least at silver 1, at the exception of Boss and Snotflaga. Snotflaga is one of my strongest characters, so he is at gold 1. His abilities are basically at level of where he's at because I haven't been able to max them out yet. So even if you didn't have these 2, for example, because for sure as long as you've been playing, let's say 3 months to 5 maybe tops, if you don't play that often, you wouldn't have these guys. But if you play daily, for sure you would be able to get these guys at, I don't know, Iron 3 bronze if you were playing them. I know that at the beginning I didn't level up a single one of them. I think maybe the Give Us Scraps I did get him to bronze 1 at the first because I didn't see the usefulness of Snotflaga. I didn't know better at the time. And then I just realized what he did, which is hit a lot and hit really strong. So I just continued leveling him up. Then when I got the boss, it got easier because he does a lot of stuff, and I was able to start the campaign. And recently, fairly recently ago, I got the Tank Smasher. Um, and I've been playing for about 6 months, 8 months, something like that, around September, so ish. Um, so yeah, these guys, Silver One at least, and then those other guys. So it's not gonna be a difficult fight. I can say that with. Well, I should have opened with that. Um, I can say with certainty, but just so you guys can see how it runs and whatnot. Oh, I whiffed that. That was not my intention. I did want to hit him. I thought I had him in front. I didn't. It was obvious that he wasn't in front, but whatever. That happens, because the waves are kind of big. They all die because the summons are strong. Then let's use this guy's ability because I am trying to do. I'm trying to do plasma damage. No, it doesn't matter. Let's just kill them. So yeah, if you're doing other missions right now is the time to do random stuff. Just use as many abilities as you can. Play Onslaught and start with your weak character so that they die and you were able to use abilities, so you can use more and more abilities, do more damage, do more abilities if that's what it's asking for. Yeah, and back, so that there's space for them to spawn, and they don't ask me for another turn to wait because they couldn't all spawn. There we go. Again, silver 1, silver 1, silver 1, silver 2, and gold 1. Snotflogger is the only one at legendary. Give Us Scraps could be, but I wanted Snotflogger to be legendary. So that was this one, and I forgot to see the other one, so screw it, let's go through this one. Let's go through battle 1 because I for sure have other options here, and as far as I'm concerned, this is still a short video. So other options would be no power damage, max 3 hits, full chain damage, and full deep strike. So full deep strike, you will at least have Athana. In this case, we cannot use any chaos faction, because we're fighting chaos, and if you fight chaos, you can't use chaos because they're big no-nos, unlike some Imperials and well, not so much the Imperials, but the Xenos, because they have different allegiances, let's call them this time, even though they're also factions. So here I have Mataneo, I have Athana, and I have Barakiel. The only one I know for sure anyone will have is Athana, because as long as you do your daily missions, you'll get her. You might not have her, at a strong point. I left her at Bronze 1 until I got Eldrion, and that was a good... I had to, spend a lot of time to get that. So there's that one. Max 3 hits, you'll for sure have more options. And no power damage combined with those two. Again, for sure, you'll have more options, as you can see. It's all of these guys. Borrow, no power. Calandis, no power. You also get them. you know, fairly fast. Emo spec, no power. You know, a lot of guys that just do one hits. Snowflaga also no power. Uh, Again, because it, it it is likely that you'll have those three um, orcs, so you can still use them for this other lineup. You just can't use this other guy. Uh, the boss nor give us scraps. No, hold on. Boss is there. And who was I using that hit so many times? 4 hits. I see. All right, so. Oh, so I could have just taken, you know, all the orcs except give us scraps, and I would have been able to do this one. And so, you know, some of you guys might be able to take the boss or tank smash if you get them, and you know, just don't take give us scraps, and you'll be able to do 3 of them together. Uh, Later levels it might not be as easy, but you know, that's still an option while you're over leveled. So here I'll just see if something mines. Okay, so those two combine. Then chain guys. Some of you might have Nicodemus if you played the release event. Um, you know, it was a couple months ago, so some of you might not have him, but he is an option. Then Give Us Scraps is the other one that it is likely for you guys to have, likelier at least than the other two. And Ragnar, got him from a requisition. You can farm him at the guild shop, but it'll take a long, long time. And then here, again, these guys. So at this point, it is likelier for newer players to only be able to accomplish at least no power and max 3 hits. Maybe full get stuck in. Maybe. So right now, again, I'll just do these ones because I can do this one. And remember, you need at least 3 characters to start these ones. You can't just have one and start them. You need at least 3 of them. So let's go. Over here. Over here, and they fled. Okay, let's go. And this is the beauty of Barakiel. His ability goes on a cooldown, so I can use him multiple times, and he is very tanky as he has Terminator armor as well, and a lot of armor, natural armor. I mean, and his passive as well that adds more block damage every time he blocks. So always useful. And he has that other trait, heavy weapon and crushing strike. So if he hasn't moved, it's 25% extra damage with ranged attacks, and then if he has moved, 50% extra damage with normal melee attacks. So, you know, put him at a high ground, don't move him, or, you know, in the center of everyone, don't move him. He's just gonna soak a lot of damage and hit back really strong. So then, let's see that. And it's that guy so that Barakiel can shoot again. And then over here, and that is why this guy truly has been one of my favorite characters, even though I haven't really leveled him up, ranked him up. Mainly because the ability is his main use, and you can't... There won't be many opportunities for you to use that ability frequently in what would be a PvP match, be it regular arena, tournament arena, or guild rates even. You know, even though that's not PvP, but again, not really that useful. Other places aside from whenever you need to farm ability damage or ability cast uses, I guess, because we don't call them cast; they're uses. So here, so over here, yeah, we can't use Imperial characters. So we can only do Xeno and Chaos. And I only have these 3 for Terminator armor. And minimum 4 hits. If I could just take Angrax, it would be fine most of the time, you know. But I need to get him all the way up here in order for that to work. If they clump up and I can't put him at the spawn point, they will gang over him and he will die, as it happened last time I tried it. That is why I had some points but not a clear. Aside from that, it is full physical damage, which, you know, you can take Snotflaga, Calandis, Give Us Scraps, and Makothep, which are, again, easy characters to get. The 2 fastest ones that I know for sure you guys can get is Makothep and probably Give Us Scraps, depending on how often you play salvage runs and open the safe. If you open the safe, you get charged for him. If not, not really. Otherwise, this guy is a weekly. Weekly, I believe you get 2 sets of shards or just the 1. Can't remember, but there's that. Macer, I got him on a drop. He is common as he drops, but, you know, got him to Epic 1, I think, or whatever that would be called. And then Yasagor, you can farm him, but I got him from drops. Physical damage, so there's that. You can combine it with, look at that, no power damage, and it is the same guys. Doesn't change a single thing. Now, full flame damage can be them. Here, I only have these 3 characters, which again would be Terminator armor and flamethrower, but no Angrax. And then Revas, who I also got from a drop, is complete ass right now because I haven't ranked it up. No power damage. You have a lot of options. That's not Angrax. So this is what I take. And let's start it. So again, these guys ganged up, so I can't really go in with all might. And then these guys struggle to kill them, so that is the real problem. And this goes here, and then this goes here for the armor, because I'm not gonna do any psychic damage, otherwise he would hit more characters or enemies. I'll just shoot over here. And I hate this. Alright, so something like that. He blocks here. It's there. And then this for the shields. Okay. And then comes problem. You go over here, you come back here, you go over here. Because Thoth is the only one that has range attacks, but the range attacks are fire, or flame damage, so, you know, he's gonna set the place on fire and I won't be able to cross it. So first he hits, then this guy kills so that he can have the thingamajig, then he goes through, and hopefully they're not gonna block me over here because they want to go with these guys. Beautiful. Then We move up. Oof. It's gonna be a little bit nasty. But we move up. Then you can kill. If you can kill, you can kill. Now here, the problem is that I need to get Angrax to move over here, but he can't, and he already moved. So let's sort of clean up. Oh, beautiful. But I removed the target for this guy. Alrighty then, we got this. We got this. What do we have? This. When do we have it? Kinda right now. So if he has the kill, he's got the kill. There we go. Then this guy can. Let's aim for the kill again. No kill this time though, but he's suppressed, so he can move less. He attacks over here. Over there it's already full, so they can't summon over there. They can't spawn over there, so they all have to spawn over here. And that happens. So move here. Move here. Not what I wanted. I'm not gonna complain. Why did I not want that? Because, you know, they left and now it is no longer a blocked path. There we go. And that's why we take Angrax. That's why we like him. That's why he's the good boy. There we go. Angrax cleaned up a good chunk of them with his passive. And that is Battle 2 of Gamma, Battle 3 and 1 of Beta, and Battle 2 of Alpha with the lineups that you guys saw. Remember, if you're on your phone, you can always watch a video to get an extra token. I recommend you guys do that. Extra tokens means extra chances to be able to clear these things, and as long as you kill enemies one by one, at the very least, you'll get 1 point and you'll be able to clear this thing, which is basically what you have to do, which is kill 38 enemies. Over here was kill 32, and over here was kill 27. And then, you know, if you can defeat all the enemies within the same run, you get this one, and then whatever else you were able to gather up. If you can make the combos for it to be full power, full max one hit, full rapid, full physical, or full psyker, just, you know, go to defeat all enemies at the very least. It's 40 points that you guys can get. On Alpha, it's 26 on Beta, and it is 28 on Gamma. Extra points is always good, as many as you can get, so that, you know, you can at least get your legendary by the third one. I can only guess it feels good because I haven't been able to get one, but I am close. I am very close, I think. With Dante, I think I will at least get him to 250. The first time I have him at 200. Then the pattern mine, I have him at 250. So again, Dante, I should be able to get him there. Karn is the one that I really want, even though, you know, his compositions got nerfed, but he's still Karn. He's still, you know, the betrayer, kill, main, burn, you know. So hopefully I will be able to get him. That is the one that I absolutely want. Mephiston, I can take it or leave it. It's fine. I do want him to, you know, to get all the Blood Angels, because I am quite confident that I can get Dante by the third run at least. But yeah, that's the video, guys. That is 30 minutes on almost the dot. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Please use the friend code if you like. Subscribe, leave a comment, Thank you.